So here's the deal. Remember last week when I was talking about spinal instability and I said... But now I feel like I am in a very stable place with my surgery and my recovery. And I also said I didn't want to like say anything and then like a couple months or a couple weeks later not feel the same way. So I got the injections. I think that the injections themselves are totally fine, but I've been having a really hard day, and I think just the act of like having the injections set me over the edge. So I'm resting now. I'm just really dizzy and I keep almost fainting. So just focusing on breathing. I'm home now. I have just been really dizzy. These last couple days, I've really just been having a lot of problems with vertigo and my vision and nausea and ear ringing, and I was really just hoping that I kind of overdid it last week and that I was just tired and I needed to sleep. But this morning when I woke up, I knew something was really wrong. I thought, you know, whatever, I gotta get ready. I gotta go to get my Xolair injections. That's important. So I did. I went and I got my injections and I did not feel well. It wasn't the injections, but I think my heart rate was just kind of all over the place. It was like 150 and then it was like 40. And I keep getting these like really bad like adrenaline rushes. It kind of feels like a panic attack, but it's like your body's having a panic attack and your brain's like, what the heck are you doing? So that just kind of got worse and worse to the point where I felt like really bad. So when I got home, we decided to try the neck brace on, and I feel so much better. And you might be thinking, wow, that's really awesome that you feel so much better now that you put your brace on. But to me, that says that something is still unstable in my neck, and that's something that I didn't want to face. So fingers crossed that this is still something that can be resolved through physical therapy. I see my therapist tomorrow, thank goodness, and hopefully she can like click something back into place or do whatever magic she does to make things line up. But in the meantime, my old friend is back. Yesterday, my issues just kept getting worse and worse. It became pretty clear to me that something was unstable and out of place. I suspect it's the part that I have a flexible fusion. We purposely left some motion there, but now I'm wondering if maybe it's too much. Luckily today, my physical therapist was able to get everything lined up and back into place and then get my brace on. So I feel really great. Like all my symptoms pretty much went away, except that I'm in a lot of pain, but she wants me to keep it on, stay in this position for the next few days, and then try to wean out of it if my symptoms continue, then to put the brace right back on. I'm hoping that this was kind of a one-time thing and it just kind of subluxed the vertebra, and once she put it back in, that it's just going to stay. That might be wishful thinking, but I really hope that's the case. It would just be kind of a big like kick in the gut to find out that I have to start all over with surgery again, so oh, I do not feel well. A few of you guys say that you were a little bit disappointed that I didn't show the whole blanket last time, so to appease you, here is the quilt I crocheted, and I got the tassels made and sewn on last night, so I think it's pretty cute. It's actually like super heavy. I'm having a hard time holding it up, so it came out really nice. Yeah, I like it. Hi guys, hello from VoiceOver Land. So, my jaw locked closed, and I'm wearing the night splint, so I can't talk, which stinks. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I have an appointment tomorrow, so I hope that this will loosen up a little bit. Ugh, what is my life? Oh well, what can you do? Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday morning now, and I am getting ready for an appointment with my OBGYN to discuss the results of the ultrasound I had a few weeks ago. I am not going to pretend like I'm having a good morning. I'm having a really horrible morning. I'm not feeling well. My neck is still acting up, and I am in so much pain from wearing the neck brace. This is the first time that I have had to be in the neck brace since starting my TMJ therapy, and also since I had my stent placed, and it hurts so badly. It is pushing so hard on my jaw that I couldn't open my jaw for like a day, and my gums are bleeding from how hard I was clenching, and it is like pushing on the stent, which is so painful, and it's also digging into the hardware in the back of my skull, so it's been really difficult, and it was really hard to sleep last night. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to make it to that appointment, which is really frustrating to me because if you know me, I am not the kind of person who cancels appointments. Usually, like, I could be, like, dying and fainting in the office, and I will still go to that appointment. But I have kind of just decided that getting there is probably going to do more damage than it's going to be worth it because we're just discussing the results of my ultrasound. I'm going to call and see if maybe she can do that over the phone during my appointment window. I don't really feel like she needs to see me in person to talk about that. I found that the only position that I feel good in is this position with the brace on wedge pillows and this to make sure that my head doesn't even move a tiny bit. I'm just resting in bed. I got my laptop here. I am doing some editing. Oops, I got paint on it. And just trying to keep myself occupied. It hurts too much to try to do anything like crocheting and jewelry making and painting, so I'm kind of bored. Any Netflix recommendations? I'm pretty sure that I've watched everything, just everything on Netflix. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm using my pain cream that I got from my dentist. This actually hasn't been helping me too much with some of my other pain, but for this pain, it has been amazing. I'm also using this little essential oils roller. It's called Rapid Relief Synergy from, I think it's the brand Plant Therapy. My friend Abby sent me this. I met her on Instagram, and she's really cool, and she sent me a really sweet little package, and she sent me this. So I've been trying this out, and this has peppermint, clove, laurel leaf, black pepper, cinnamon, ginger, chamomile, juniper berry, thyme, and coconut oil. So it smells really, really good, and so far I haven't reacted to it, which is kind of surprising. There's a lot of ingredients, so good for you, body. I always really like the spicy scents too, so this is really nice, and I think it's helping. I do really like it. So thanks, Abby. Still in bed. I literally have not moved since yesterday except to go to the bathroom, so this is going to be the actual most boring vlog in the entire world, but what can I do? I'm only so entertaining. I did actually have a couple friends come by tonight and just kind of hang out and sit in here and talk with me, so that was really nice. They're both really great guys. I had to cancel another appointment today, which was really frustrating because it was an appointment with my home health care nurse to come change my PICC line dressing, but when I woke up this morning, I just was so nauseous, and like even moving my eyes was just like sending the whole room spinning. You know, it is what it is. I can't change it. I wish that I could, but I don't have any control over this, so I'm gonna try not to worry about it too much. Tomorrow I have PT, like thank goodness, and hopefully my therapist can help me to realign my neck again, because when she did it earlier in the week, I felt really good after that appointment. So hopefully she can do that again and it can last me through the weekend. Last time it didn't last. It probably lasted like a couple hours, which was just enough to get me home from the appointment. So that was a little unfortunate. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do if it doesn't. We'll get there when we get there. Hi guys, it is Friday. Wow, what a dynamic vlog this has been. So many creative backgrounds. Well, you know what? If I have to have the same viewpoint for the whole week, so do you. I made it to PT this morning by the grace of God. I was actually feeling a bit better this morning until I got into the car. These neck braces, they're meant to be immobilizing, but I have a bit of a petite build, I guess. So I am still able to move a bit in it, and so just that little bit of movement this morning was enough for me to completely lose my vision. And once I got it back, the vertigo was so bad. Everything was just everywhere. I was like nauseous and gagging. It was not a fun car ride. Luckily, my physical therapist did help quite a bit. The problem wasn't solved. It wasn't like a cure, unfortunately, but it did help. She spent like an hour kind of manipulating my head and neck with the help of her coworker, and it was not pleasant. She knows what she's doing, but she was just like, okay, let me know if this makes the vertigo better or worse. So, you know, I'm just laying there and she's doing her thing, and then all of a sudden it was like the entire world just like looked like it was like rushing away from me super fast. I was like, it's getting worse. So that was fun. If you've never experienced vertigo, it's a little bit like when you're on a carnival ride or when you're a kid and you're like spinning around and around and around and then you stop and then everything keeps spinning, or like it can kind of feel like you're on a boat, so like you feel like this. There's a few different ways that people feel it, but for me it's spinning in movement and things moving closer and farther for me, and things looking like they're getting bigger or smaller. Quite a lot of interesting phenomenon, and I'd rather not have it because it makes me feel very nauseous and very motion sick. So that's what's been happening. My physical therapist was kind of worried. I'm starting to have a lot of issues regulating my autonomic nervous system, so I'm having a lot of problems with my heart rate. It's going really low, it's going really high. I'm having a lot of problems with temperature regulation these last couple days. I've had my windows wide open with the air conditioning blasting, and it is like low 30s outside, and I am so hot. Like I'm just sweating, burning hot. And like I can tell, I guess, that it's cold out, but I am so hot. So that's been happening, and I've also been having these like really strong surges of adrenaline. I have adrenaline issues. I'm on medication for it, but this is a little bit different. So basically, if this doesn't resolve itself over this weekend, which to be perfectly honest, I'm not really holding my breath for, but it would be really, really, really great. If it doesn't, then we're going to have to contact my neurosurgeon and quite possibly head down for surgery. Makes me kind of sad to think about it because I feel like I've worked really, really hard to try to keep this range of motion. I do have a flexible fusion in the area that I think is the problem, and it's frustrating because I've done a lot of work on my strength, and I thought that I was in the clear, but apparently not. And that was a risk that I was totally aware of from the beginning. I knew that it might not be a permanent solution. That was a risk that I was willing to take. sometimes it's just not enough, and that's no one's fault. My surgeon didn't mess up. I don't feel like I made the wrong decision. My physical therapist certainly hasn't messed up. I don't feel like any of these people have failed me. This is just the realities of EDS. Things fall apart, and sometimes we just have to do our best to put them back together, and sometimes our best just doesn't cut it. Hi guys, it's Saturday and I still have not moved from this position. I apologize. It's really difficult for me to have my eyes open right now. When something moves in front of my eyes, or when I move my eyes, I get a lot of vertigo and it's really making me sick. So I'm sorry if I have my eyes closed. I'm not trying to be rude. At this point, it looks like things are not really improving on their own. So, so it's what, Saturday today? So probably Monday or Tuesday I'll be taking the next steps. I'm still hoping that this resolves, but it doesn't seem to be, so I will be contacting my neurosurgeon and I will let you guys know what happens, but that will be a whole nother vlog. I'm not actually sure how I'm going to be editing this vlog. Luckily I have the first half already edited. This might be going up a little bit late. I apologize. And also, I've been a little bit late in answering some of you guys' comments and messages. I know that I'm getting them. Some of them I've seen, I just haven't been able to answer all of them back yet. I have been online a little bit, but it tires me out quite quickly, so I'm doing my best. Hopefully some of you guys can help me down in the comments if there are some questions that you feel like you can answer. It'd be great if you could help me out. I will still try to answer everything, but it's always nice to get a reply. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming along on another week with me. Sorry this was a bit of a weird week. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, hopefully not too much like this one, then you can subscribe, and then there's the little bell. If you don't know what that does by now, it just gives you a notification when I upload a video. And I will see you next week. Goodbye!